Alright, hey guys, it's been a while since I've last uploaded, but I'm back and I've just been very busy with work lately. And we're currently on top of the iron farm that I've created a few weeks ago. This was originally a hybrid of an iron farm and a trading hall, which I had to remove. I removed the trading hall because the thing wasn't working. I mean, the trading hall was working, it was fine, it was great, but the iron farm wasn't. The stuff was spawning inside the trading hall instead of where the iron golems are supposed to. But as you can see, I am now in Minecraft 1.14, which means this thing, which I worked so hard on making it work, is no longer working. Yeah, sadly, but it's all good. I do intend to create another one, and trust me, this thing took a long time for me to build and make work. So the clip from earlier, as you can see, it was working, and let's see, I wasn't really able to AFK that much, so this is all that I've got. It's not so bad. And this is an AFK fish farm that I built very near my base. And let's see what we have here. I did a bit of AFKing here. So we have a few books and a few fish, some nautilus shell, and some name tags, which is great. Which reminds me of something that I have put off for a while now. I almost totally forgot that we have this thing. Our very first log that we were supposed to name, but I haven't done yet, so let's do that. And as you can see in my village, we have a lot of spawned golems from the villagers, and a lot of them have lost their professions due to the updates, so most of them will just bob their heads now without a trade. They need a workstation to get a profession, so I've locked up most of them, and a couple of them actually kept their previous professions because I've traded with some of them before. But that's all good. So eventually we'll work on another trading hall for that. Now let's name this thing again to my first ever subscriber, Nix. Awesome. And since I don't really have a base right now because it's infested, it's super populated with villagers right now that I locked up, I guess we'll place it, since I'm in this area most of the time, here for now. Alright, so Nix can stay there. And I have another request from another subscriber, which was to build a house with a villager in it and name it after him, which is Bunk TV. So shout out to Bunk TV. But I have a better idea. Instead of building a regular house with a villager inside, I'm actually planning to build a trading hall, a villager trading hall with a bunch of villagers inside, and name it the Bunker. So that is gonna be a project in the near future. So for now, the project is gonna be a mob farm. So I flattened out this bit of an area to build it right here. It's not so far from my base, and this is just the area that I happen to choose. And let's go ahead and start with it. So I'm gonna be digging a bit down here for the collection chamber. And if I understand correctly, it would be best to build your mob farm inside one chunk due to the new spawn mechanics. So this is gonna be the center of my mob farm. This is gonna be the foundation of my mob spawner and mob farm. Instead of the usual building upwards, I'm building it downwards because I believe it's still the thing that the lower you are in the world, the higher the chances of mob spawning. The drawback though is I have to make sure that all nearby caves are fully lit so that all the spawns will be in my platform instead of inside the caves. Alright, so the top part of this mob farm is now done. So let me just turn on the clock so the dispensers will be running, and I've actually made 2 layers for this thing. Only 2 because we don't really need a bunch or such a large mob farm for our world. So let's just check that it works. Yep, looks good. How about this one? Oh, yep, looks good. And now we just need to put a wall on this thing and work on the chamber where the mobs will be killed. And we now have the killing chamber for this mob farm. So it's actually just magma blocks, a few blocks down from the pit that we created earlier. So originally I was gonna opt for doing the 24 block fall kill for the mobs. Then I realized I didn't have enough iron to make 25 hoppers, or I could still probably use the fall height damage killing thing and have this hopper minecart underneath any blocks that I'll be placing. However, if I'm gonna do that anyway, why not just put it much higher than having to dig down? So I was thinking I was almost done with this project, but then I was digging out here and I found that there's actually a very large cave system right below my farm. So that's not a good thing. I'm gonna have to light up this entire cave to avoid mobs from spawning here and taking space in the mob cap. So I'll do that now. And it's now almost done. So as you can see, the water is working. Once mobs spawn, they'll be pushed down into the killing thing downstairs, the magma blocks. It's just a little bit shy right now, but I swear whenever I'm not recording, they do spawn. Anyway, so last thing that I need now is an AFK platform above this thing. So before we do that, let's just check what we have downstairs now that it's working. 7 strings. Oh, see, you can hear it now. Skeleton is dying up there. Just a bit of camera shy. So we have rotten flesh, a few bones, and all that jazz. That's awesome. So now let's do the AFK platform. And actually, I need to close this up first to make it work efficiently, because right now the reason why it's not spawning a lot of mobs is because there's still light. So once we cover it up, it should be working better. Alright, so this is gonna be our AFK area, which is 24 blocks away from that thing, because as you probably already know, if you are within or mobs won't spawn 24 blocks near us, near the players. So that's why we're this far away. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna empty this thing of its contents, and we'll AFK on top of this thing for 5 minutes and see how much we collect. Alright, so 5 minutes have passed. Let's see how much we've got. 7 strings and 3 arrows. Well, that's not really a lot, but it's good for now. Like I'll see how we can improve this thing, and of course we will also improve how this thing looks like. But for now, that is all that I have for you today in this episode, and thank you so much for watching. Links for tutorials in the description. Goodbye.